Check one, two, check one, two, check one, two. Okay, we're back. What's going on, people? Just finished eating, relaxing. I'm kind of excited for the game tomorrow. So I thought I'd come on here and talk a little bit. Um, talk about the game. Talk about some things I feel like I need to talk about. And yeah, let's get into it. So there's a reason why I titled the title. Yes, big game tomorrow, Tony. Yes, sir. Big game tomorrow. There's a reason why I titled the title the way I did. Man, it might take a while to talk about, but um, so many of you guys, even though there's only two of you guys right now watching, for everyone else who watches later, many of you guys know that I'm a big conspiracy guy, right? Big conspiracy guy. The thing about conspiracy people and conspiracies in itself is, well, at least the conspiracies that I believe in have pretty much always end up becoming true. The whole 9/11 conspiracy in quotations, right? I remember when my friends way back in the days, basically laughed about, you know, when I used to tell them about like Illuminati and secret societies and stuff like that. Now that's pretty much everyone. Oh yeah, I know the Illuminati. I've heard of that, and now it's like mainstream stuff. It's usually how it happens is a conspiracy, and then all of a sudden, yeah, it's main, common knowledge. Um, I watched the movie. Was it last weekend? Yeah, last weekend I watched the movie Him. I don't know if you guys know what that movie is. It's a movie that a lot of people thought was directed by Jordan Peele, but it was actually produced by Jordan Peele, the guy that did Get Out, from the Key and Peele show. Um, it's a movie about a NFL prospect who's coming into the NFL, except they don't use the NFL. They use, they didn't want to pay the money for the NFL logo, so they used a different league, a made up league, basically. Um, but it's a movie about a prospect that is coming into the NFL, about to get drafted, and he ends up meeting his idol, which is the GOAT, the greatest of all time quarterback of that league, who is played by Marlon Wayans. And he goes through some training, and it's supposed to be like a horror flick, a horror movie. Now, I guess I'm gonna be giving you guys some spoilers because I'm gonna be talking about what's going on in the movie. And I'll be honest with you, I was real excited to see the movie. Um, the movie really ain't that great. I got some conspiracies of why. The movie kind of seemed a little empty. It seemed like I'll be honest. I really wanted to watch the movie because I felt like it was about to do a little bit of exposing of these athletes and how they go through the rituals, or they go through the Illuminati, the initiation to be the superstars that they are in the leagues, whether you talk about LeBron and in the basketball, or NFL, whatever. That's how I came into the movie. I was like, they're probably gonna, because they like to show little things in movies that they're like, oh, they'll think this is fake or that this is just made up, but this is actually how things happen. So I like to watch movies for stuff like that. So I was excited to see this movie because I was like, they're probably gonna show me a little some of what happens in real life or whatever. So I watched the movie. Like I said, the movie was probably a 7, maybe a 6 out of 10. I thought it was gonna be better, but I do feel like maybe there was a lot more stuff in the movie that they cut. Maybe people were like, "Nah, you're showing too much. You better cut a lot." It felt the movie felt emptied. It felt empty. Like there was a lot of things missing. Anyways, let's fast forward. In this movie, there's this part, right? And by the way, the movie is basically talking about Tom Brady. Okay? The guy has a picture of him with his 8 rings, not 7, but 8 rings, and he has his picture like one of the pictures Tom Brady has. His girlfriend, Marlon Wayans, is black. His girlfriend is this white chick who happens to look like a witch, basically. Just like Tom Brady's wife, who Tom Brady has literally, you can find it on YouTube, have said it himself that his wife was, or ex-wife Giselle, was a witch, a good witch, I guess. I don't know, but was a witch and did things and rituals for him or whatever. He said this. This is not conspiracy. He said it himself. But anyways, you could tell they made it like he was Tom Brady, basically. And there's this scene, and the movie is about basically Tom Brady handing over the reins to this rookie and saying, "You're going to be the GOAT. You're going to be him. If you want it bad enough, it'll be yours." Um, there's this part in the movie where they're doing drills. Marlon is saying hike, giving the rookie the football. The rookie turns around, throws the ball to a receiver that runs a route real quick. Boom. And that's the drill. Then Marlon asks for a volunteer. These guys are like free agents. The one of the receivers like, "I volunteer." Okay, poo. Put him to the side, right? He looks like he's on the left side. He's on to the side by the jug machine. The jug machine is just right there in front of him. So Marlon's like, "All right, let's get back to the drills." Hike, boom, gives it to him. He turns around, throws the ball. Cool. Reception, good. Hike, gives it the ball and throws it. Does about 3 times. Fourth time, hike, gives him the ball. He throws it, misfires. He misses him. He misses the wide receiver. Marlon's like, "Oh, man, shucks, too bad." Looks to the left. The coach puts the speed of the jug machine to 50, puts the ball in the jug machine or whatever it's called, pushes the ball up. The ball shoots out of the jug machine right into the wide receiver's face. Boom, cracks him. The rookie's like, "Well, what the heck was that? What are you guys doing?" Marlon doesn't even say nothing. He says, "Hike," gives him the ball. He fumbles it because he's not even ready for it. He's like, still like, "What the heck did you guys just do?" "Oh, you fumbled the ball. You messed up." Give it to him again. The coach puts another ball in the jug machine. Boom. Hits him in the face again. Bow. Hits the wide receiver that's on the side in the face again. He's just standing there with his hands behind his back. He's bleeding. Nose busted. Lip busted. Homeboy, the rookie turns to Marlon again and says, "What are you doing? What's going on?" Marlon says, "You think this is a fucking game?" Hike, gives him the ball again. This time he grabs it because he like grabs it, turns around and just throws it because he's like, "What are you doing?" He just turns around and just throws it, tries to give it to the wide receiver, but he's in a panic, so he misses. Marlon looks at the guy, give him another one, puts the ball in the joke machine, boom, hits him again in the face. This time the machine's like at 70 miles per hour. So this guy's taking a 70-mile-per-hour fastball to the face pretty much. And he's like literally in front of it, just standing in front of it. So now the rookie's understanding, like, yo, this, no matter what happened, they're going to smack this dude in the face. This dude's already on the floor. He's slowly getting up. Marlon says, hike. He gets it, turns around, throws it, pass complete. Marlon's like, don't panic, hike. Gives it to him again. And they're just going through this drill. And now that the rookie is understanding that this guy is about to get smashed in the face, he is turned up. And he all of a sudden is turned into, wait for it, Psycho Tom. You know how they say Psycho Tom, and you see Psycho Tom on the sideline, Psycho Tom in the huddle, Psycho Tom on the field? The man turned into Psycho Tom. He's yelling at his receiver saying, "Get the going, let's go, let's go. Stop, this ain't no fucking game, let's go." And he's like super serious, cussing them out, talking about he'll suck him in the face, get their ish together, let's go, like super crazy. And he's like basically fearing for the other wide receiver's life, but like instead of fear, it came out as like competitiveness. And right then and there, I was like, whoa. Like, that kind of was so clear to me how it, like, oh man, that's how Psycho Tom was like created. Like, that's how they create Psycho, whoever the guy's name is. Like, that's how you can make somebody like that. And basically, through the whole movie, they're doing little things that forces him to have that a certain type of mentality, a certain way to look at things. There's parts in the movie where they're talking about you're not a killer, you're not a killer, you're not a killer, and the dude literally kills people because they're telling them you're not a killer. But some of that stuff is fantasy stuff. But the whole point is they're showing you different things that they're doing to create this psycho that you would have to be the greatest of all time. Because don't get it twisted, you have to be a psychopath. I don't get me wrong, don't I could be wrong, but I think it was either Jordan or Kobe Bryant that talked about it and said like there's something, or it might have been Brady that said there's something has to be wrong with you. Like you have to be there's something has to be wrong with you to get to this status, because you have to obsess. You really have to obsess about this type of stuff to train this hard and to want it this bad. And like they've said it. And in the movie, you basically see different things that they train. Some of it, again, some of it's a little dramatic and a little, fantasy, but they're showing you little things of how someone could be created into being this psychopath of wanting to be the GOAT and end up being able to have the mindset to be better and to be the GOAT and to be all that. Now, I bring all that up to say this. I told you guys a while ago when we signed Bake, in fact, when we first signed Baker Mayfield, I told you guys I'm a conspiracy guy and there's a conspiracy that's going on. And it was that, I think, 50th anniversary no, it was the 100th, I think it was NFL 100th anniversary, that commercial where Tom Brady says, "Hold these," and he hands Baker over all his rings, the Super Bowl rings. And Baker's like, "Get out there, old guy." And he's like, "Hold these." And he gives Baker all his Super Bowl rings. And Baker's just sitting on the table holding his rings and just watching uh, Tom Brady. Conspiracy. We go on that year and we have Baker. Baker plays pretty good. Baker plays almost similar, has almost similar stats to what um, Tom Brady had the year before. Baker's best stats of his career. And Baker, I was still not impressed. I was not impressed. I didn't want us to give him a big contract. That was his prove it deal. I didn't want us to give him a big contract. And we watched tape that year. A lot of games. He had bad games, That Falcon game, he had a game where I felt like Desmond Ridder outperformed him. He had games where I felt like Desmond Ridder was the better quarterback on the field. There was a lot of games where I did not like Baker. If you also guys remember, there was a couple of games where I was like, this is like playoff level. This is what I would call playoff Baker, right? Like this type of Baker could get us in the playoffs. This type of Baker could win us games in the playoffs. And then there was even a game that we called Lombardi Baker, if you guys remember. That was the Green Bay game. That game, he went off. I mean, he was making throws I would never thought. I mean, the way he was dropping in the pocket, letting the ball go, no hesitation, pinpoint accuracy. I mean, the best I've ever seen Baker. The best I've ever. It might not have been his best stats ever. I don't know if it is or isn't, but the best I've ever seen that man be in the pocket and be a quarterback. Lombardi Baker. That was the Green Bay game. I said we could win championships with that Baker. Never seen that Lombardi Baker again. And I'll even say now, I have still haven't really seen that Baker. But then we give him the contract. It wasn't a big contract. I was glad it was a smaller contract. We get another year with Baker. Now this time, we didn't get a lot of bad Baker, a lot of like, he's terrible. We got a little bit more playoff Baker here and there. But even after last year, right? Even after last year, I came into this year and I said, this is a big year because we have to find out what we're going to do with Baker. We have to find out what we're going to do with Baker. And to be honest, I was hoping that after this year, we let Baker go, see what we got, or not this year, but maybe after next year or whatever, but after the contract, basically, we let Baker go, see what we have in Kyle Trask, and go on from there. I've said it before that I feel like once Mike Evans is gone, I don't feel like Baker might be good for us. I don't think he can survive without Mike Evans. I've said these things. Now, obviously, we don't have Kyle Trask anymore. So that's not in the cards right now. But we go into this season and Baker has 3 games. 3 fourth quarter 2-minute drives to win the game. And Baker's impressed me. Baker has impressed me. He's impressed me to the point where I'm like, you know what? We might need to just give him the contract. Now I know we're going to give him the contract. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to give him a real contract this time, a real contract. And there's no doubt in my mind that Baker is the future of the franchise. We're moving forward with Baker. I'm more than sure that's what we're going to do. I'm more than sure that's what we're going to do. But is that what I want to do? So I will say this. Baker has changed my mind. Baker has changed my mind. And it's because of Emeka Ibuka. It is because of him that he has changed my mind. Now, for one, what Baker has done on the field as far as these 2-minute drives to win the game is very impressive. Do not get me wrong. It is very impressive. The game all around hasn't been as impressive, right? A lot of people talk about stats. Stats don't give you the full story. Yes, I know how many touchdowns, no interceptions, no turnovers. But the reality is there actually should have been a whole bunch of turnovers still. So I still worry about that when it comes to Baker because there's still a lot of turnovers that can possibly happen with Baker. And I'm still not confident that Baker will not be the reason why we lose in the playoffs. I'm not confident that Baker will be the reason that we lose in the playoffs. Because again, so many turnovers. He keeps fumbling the ball. He keeps throwing interceptions that are getting dropped. He's every game. So that has to stop. That has to stop. But I can't sit here and act like the end of game play that Baker gives us is not special. It is very special. It is championship level special. And there was a mic'd up situation where Baker yelled at his O line, said who the effing Mike was. We already know the wild and crazy and the headbutting Baker that Baker is on a different level right now. Baker is playing, his confident level is on a different level right now, and it's showing. And I don't know if Baker didn't go to one of these Illuminati boot camps and became Psycho Tom. I don't know. I'm not saying he did or he is. I don't know. But I just thought that was funny. And Baker was already kind of a psycho. And now this confidence that he has, I don't know if he's confident because maybe the GM told him, yes, we're going to sign you or whatever, you're the future. I don't know where the confidence came from. But this Baker is not the same Baker we've had. This ain't the same Baker that people talk about, oh, this ain't the Cleveland Baker, this ain't the Panthers Baker. This ain't Tampa Baker last year. And this darn sure ain't Tampa Baker the first year we had him. This is a different Baker. This Baker's confident. This Baker's dangerous. Now, I bring all that up right now because we have a game tomorrow, a big game tomorrow. And I'm actually really excited about it. I'm more excited than I am nervous, which is weird because I'm usually nervous about games like this. I'm more excited than nervous. I don't think, no matter what the outcome is tomorrow, I don't think I will be mad at tomorrow's game. The only way I'll be mad, and I hate to say this, I almost don't want to say this, but I have to say it. The only way I'll be mad is if we leave the game with more injuries. That's the more devastating injuries. We'll probably have more injuries, but more devastating injuries. That's as far as I'll say. That's the only way I'll be mad about tomorrow's game. We play the Eagles. We all know this. Both 3-0 undefeated teams. And we all know we're the Eagles' bugaboo. We're hurt. We're very hurt. Tristan Wirfs did a post on Instagram and he basically said return of the Mac on his Instagram, which sounds like he's going to be back. I still don't know about Chris Godwin. I don't know if anyone's put that up yet or if there's any news on Chris Godwin, but I think he might be coming back tomorrow too. Either way, I'm excited about this game because I actually think we have a chance. Now, if we were healthy, I know for dang sure we have. Not only do I think we really have a chance, I think we're probably going to win this game. But because we are not healthy, I feel like the Eagles have a good chance of winning this game. But I still feel like we can win this game. I still feel like I feel like it's 50-50 right now, to be honest with you, which is why I'm excited about the one part of why I'm excited about the game, because I still feel like we have a good shot. Because I exactly right here. This has to be a Todd Bowles game, and I feel like Todd Bowles just has the Eagles, not even the Eagles, Jalen Hurts' number. I feel like he just has his number. And As much as people don't believe, I feel like this is the best defense we've had in a long time. Our secondary is the best that it's ever been, even the Super Bowl years. Our secondary is the best that it's ever been. Parrish, outside corners, our two safeties right now, it's the best it's ever been. The only weak spot right now is Servassier with the simplest things, the checkdowns. He always forgets about the running back, doesn't see the flat or doesn't see the check down, gets out of position, and a big play happens. Besides that, we're pretty much golden. And yes, we would like the D-line to be more dominant, but it's not that bad. Our edge rushers are not that bad. Yes, we wish we had Kalijah, and we probably need to see our Elijah Roberts, our rookie, step it up because I believe Logan Hall's hurt too now. So we're probably not going to get much from the interior, but I think our outside rushers might be doing a little bit better than we've given them. I don't know. It could have just been. I mean, we did really good last week, but that was the Jets. Let's see them put in some work this week. But either way, it doesn't matter because we're sending blitzes. We're going to have a lot of people on the line, and it's going to mess up Jalen Hurts. So it ain't really about our front four getting pressure because we're going to bring in pressure anyways with the blitz, and we're gonna mess up Jalen Hurts. I hope so. I hope Jalen Hurts all of a sudden didn't figure us out or something. Who knows? You know how things go. But I feel like we pretty much still, even though we're this hurt, I feel like we still got a shot, a really good shot. So I am excited about it. Yes, sir. It is a big game. But the biggest reason why I'm excited about it, maybe a little bit of it is excitement and a little bit of it is me wanting to see what we have in Baker Mayfield. I've told you guys, I just said it. If you didn't hear what I was saying a little while ago, how I broke down Baker Mayfield since he's been with us, go back and listen after. Long story short, I like Baker Mayfield. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he can win a Super Bowl for a team. For our team, I think he's good enough to get us in the playoffs. I think he's good enough to win the division every year. I don't know if he's good enough to be the good version of Baker we need him to be throughout the playoffs to win a Super Bowl. Do I see glimpses of that? A lot. More and more every year, I'm seeing more and more. I'm seeing the glimpses of a Super Bowl contending Baker more and more every year for us. But I'm still seeing turnovers. I'm still seeing mistakes. But the biggest part, my biggest worries, is that we never see that glimpse of Baker, that dominance of Baker, that playmaker. Well, the playmaker as far as running, yeah, but that quarterback that's throwing touchdowns, that quarterback that looks good throwing the ball. We never see that Baker without Mike Evans. Never. We have not seen it once. Don't let anybody else lie to you. Oh, when Mike Evans was gone for the four games, Baker looked fine. No, he didn't. Our offense didn't look fine. We struggled throwing the ball. We were still able to run here and there, but we struggled as Baker throwing the ball, we struggled. The moment Mike Evans gets off of the field, we struggle. Now, last week, Mike Evans was not on the field for the game-winning drive. And Mecca was pretty much Mike Evans for us. And for some reason, and I've said this many times, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans don't have a good connection. Chris Godwin and Baker Mayfield do not have a good connection. Baker Mayfield, most of the time, not every time, Most of the time, Baker Mayfield hits Chris Godwin off of a scramble play or off of a broken play. Goes through his progressions, doesn't like it, runs around to make some time, and then looks for Chris Godwin and gets Chris Godwin. There are some times where Baker will hike and throw a pass on stride, a pass in in rhythm to Chris Godwin, but it's very few. Most of those throws are either going to somebody else, like Kate Otten or Mike Evans. Chris Godwin, he don't really have that connection. But with Emeka, for some reason, he throws some dimes to Emeka. So I have some hope that our offense won't struggle without Mike Evans. Obviously, it won't be as dominant, but I don't care about being dominant as we can be. I just don't want to struggle. There's a difference. Having a competent offense, there's having a competent offense, there's having a good offense, and then there's having our type of offense where we can just put up points. We don't need to have that because we don't have Mike Evans. I'm not expecting to have our type of offense where we could just put up points. But I don't want to just have a competent offense either. I want to have still a good offense. There's still plenty of weapons on the field. With or without Chris Godwin, there is still plenty of weapons on the field for us to have a good offense. Not even a competent, but a good offense. So I really want to see Baker go out there and look like Baker. Look like Baker last week without Mike Evans when he was going down the field to get a touchdown for the game winner. That's what I want to see. I want to see Baker still hit wide receivers on stride. I don't want it to be just him running with the ball, I don't want to see him scrambling and throwing to somebody after he scrambles. I want to see Baker saying hike, 1, 2, 3, hit back foot, let it go to somebody. Hike, 1, 2, 3, hit back foot, let it go to somebody. Hit people with the flow, with the rhythm. Hike, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hit the back foot, let it go, throw it down the field and hit somebody. I want to see that Baker, the quarterback Baker, not the playmaker, the quarterback Baker without Mike Evans. I've said it before. I think when Mike Evans is gone, we don't have the same Baker. I want Baker to prove me wrong tomorrow. I want Baker to prove me wrong tomorrow. And that's why I'm excited, because I kind of low-key think he will. I don't know why I'm believing in Baker right now, but I am. And yes, I do think he can take on that role. I do think he can take on that role. I don't know if he can take the down the field like Mike Evans does, but someone that Baker needs to get going with is Tez Johnson. Because Tez Johnson can take the top off. And he did last week, and Baker missed him. He did it last week, and Baker missed him. So he has to get Tez Johnson going. Now, I'm scared of giving Tez Johnson. I have to say this because it's been in my mind, and I got to say it. I'm scared of giving Tez Johnson the ball too much because I have a feeling he's going to end up fumbling. He's going to get too cocky, have the ball loose. Someone going to punch that ball right out of him. Obviously, we haven't seen him with the ball, so we don't know. But I just have a feeling. Just something just telling me. I don't know. So I'm hoping. I would love for him to be one of the guys and him get the ball a lot. I just hope he takes care of the ball because I have a feeling he's just one of them players that's gonna have to learn. Like, this is the NFL, boy. You better protect that ball. So, but yeah, I think he can do everything Mike can do. He can get separation the way Mike gets separate. I think he can be Mike Evans for Baker. I think he can help Baker continue to be the quarterback Baker that I want him to be without Mike Evans on the field. I just don't know if he can take the top off. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike can, but we got players that can take the top off. So we're gonna have to see. Baker can make statement to the league if he's special. If he be special, yes, he can make a statement to everybody. He can make a statement to everybody. Yeah, he can make a statement to everybody, and I'm hoping that he does. I'm hoping that he does, and like I said, I'm excited about the game, and it's a big game. It's a big game. It's a big game. It's a big game. Not only not only will Baker make a big statement, but ladies and gentlemen, it'll be the first time in a long time. Even when we had Tom Brady, let's be real. When we had the media coverage that we had because of Tom Brady, it was because of Tom Brady, and they low key still didn't believe in the Bucs. Let's be honest. They talked about us because we had Tom Brady, and maybe we could be in the Super Bowl because we had Tom Brady, but they didn't really believe in the Bucs. No one really believed in the Bucs when we had Tom Brady. But if we win tomorrow, this will be the first time in a long time that the media is going to look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and say, "Yeah, that's a real football team. Yeah, that's that's one of those ones that you put with the Detroit, when you put with the Rams, when you put with the Pack, they're a Super Bowl contending team. Super Bowl contending team right there. We can literally put this team on everybody's radar. And I want it. I want it. I want it. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens because tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow's a big game. It's early in the morning, which I'm surprised that it's not like a primetime game or like late game or whatever. But it is what it is. I want it tomorrow. I'm obviously I want the win, but again, to be honest with you, this game is important for a lot of reasons. For me, mainly is to watch Baker. This is a good team. This team will make us pay for mistakes. What up, OG? What up? What up? What up, OG? This team will make us pay for mistakes. And as much as everyone's talking about, oh, you guys barely, you could be 0-3, you barely beat the Jets, blah, 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 blah. Listen, first of all, we didn't barely beat the Jets, okay? We had that whole game in control the whole time. All right. Even our defense getting scored on at the end. That was Todd Bowles playing that 4 minute defense. We barely blitzed. We kind of like we knew the game was already in the bag already. We were gonna go down the field, kick the field goal, be up by two possessions. We're gonna play 4 minute defense again, and the game's gonna be over. That was it. They got lucky with the kick, and that turned the game around, and that's it. Texans game, kind of the same thing. And the Falcons game, we were just, we were all rusty. But yeah, let's not get it twisted. Anyways, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. Not even an hour. Didn't want to do much, but I had to get this out because I wanted people to understand how I'm looking at this game tomorrow. Um, we'll know. We'll know this game. We'll know about this game in the first half. First half, we'll know. Only thing I'm worried about is the O line. How's the O line gonna look? How is Tristan gonna look? Um, when you talk about the offense, uh, Chris Godwin, I don't know if he's gonna play or not. Whether he play, if he plays, I'm gonna be worried about him. How does he look? If he doesn't, he doesn't. If he does, he does. Either way, hopefully everything should be fine. It should just be on Baker Mayfield and what he can do for us. Yeah, yeah, he's getting there, but it is what it is. Appreciate you guys. I see you guys next time. Be safe.